Ruger 1022. Takedown. Ruger's 1022. Takedown is a semi-automatic 22 LR rifle built for multi-role survival use small game hunting. Quiet pest control, economical training, and when configured for suppression low signature tasks that conserve centerfire ammunition, the Takedown architecture refines a platform long familiar to civilian shooters, packaging the receiver and barrel as two quick separating halves that stash easily in a vehicle, bag, or cache. The model gained traction among preppers and outdoorsmen because it preserved everything the 1022 already did well: reliability, parts availability, and user familiarity while solving the storage and transport problem. From a logistics perspective, 22 long rifle remains one of the most common and storable cartridges. Subsonic loads pair well with suppressors for discrete harvesting, while high-velocity loads keep small game trajectories flat inside typical woods distances. Adaptability is unusually broad. Factory and aftermarket barrels, including integrally suppressed takedown options, drop in with minimal effort. Stocks, trigger components, rails, and magazines are abundant, and stainless or polymer stock variants resist corrosion during long periods in vehicles or caches. For a prepper, the value proposition is straightforward: a quiet, small-game gun that doubles as a training tool and a barter asset. Practical hunting range centers around 50 yards, extending to 75 or 100 with good ammunition and optics. Maintenance is simple, and a deep aftermarket ensures that extractors, springs, and magazines can be replaced with basic tools. Limitations are equally clear. Rimfire priming is storage-sensitive if neglected, and terminal effect on large animals or barriers is modest. Smith & Wesson M&P FPC. The Smith & Wesson M&P FPC is a folding, semi-automatic pistol-caliber carbine chambered in 9mm, aimed at compact defensive roles where a long gun must live in tight spaces. Its popularity among preppers rests largely on logistics and form factor. The FPC accepts M&P pistol magazines, consolidating spares across handgun and carbine. 9mm remains widely manufactured and easy to store in bulk when kept cool and dry, making resupply and barter planning simpler than boutique calibers. Adaptability favors practical field use. The 16-inch threaded barrel accepts suppressors where lawful, and the handguard's M-Low-K interfaces support a white light or foregrip. Mechanical design is straightforward blowback with aluminum receiver and stainless bolt, a recipe chosen for durability and ease of service. The folding hinge and latch are the inspection points. Keeping those surfaces clean and lightly lubricated maintains lockup. As a survival tool, the FPC fits vehicle defense, perimeter patrols at short to intermediate distances, and rapid deployment from concealment. Effective engagement remains inside roughly 100 yards, where recoil is mild and follow-ups are fast. Accessibility is broad through mainstream dealers, though legal constraints and regional supply will influence what reaches store shelves. Just Right Carbine Takedown. The Just Right Carbinenses. Takedown is a semi-automatic pistol-caliber carbine configured for compact transport and magazine commonality, serving defense and general utility roles in the 9mm, 40S and W45 ACP, and 10mm families. Preppers adopted the concept because it revives the one caliber, two guns approach. With the correct magwell, the JRC accepts popular pistol magazines including Glock and certain S&W patterns, so a single set of spares feeds both weapons. Among calibers, 9mm offers the best availability and storage density, 45 ACP and 10mm increase terminal energy at the cost of bulk and recoil. The takedown mechanism separates the barrel, fore-end, and receiver in seconds without tools, allowing discreet carry in a compact sling bag or cache tube. In the field, practical accuracy supports defensive work out to typical carbine distances and small game dispatch at close range. A known operational quirk is the absence of last round bolt holdopen, so reload training should account for it. The platform is great for prepping because of its discreet packing, magazine compatibility, and straightforward maintenance. It suits vehicle kits, get-home bags, and fixed caches where a carbine may be needed quickly. Ruger PC Carbine Takedown Magpul Backpacker. Ruger's PC Carbine Takedown in Magpul's backpacker configuration is a 9mm pistol caliber carbine intended as a multi-role survival tool for defense, training, and modest foraging. Civilian reception has centered on practical ergonomics and logistic flexibility. The interchangeable magwell sleeves accept either Glock pattern magazines or Ruger SR and Security 9 magazines, a rare factory accommodation that broadens resupply options when a group runs mixed pistols. Adaptability is built into the barrel and furniture. The 16-inch, 1/2 by 28 threaded tube supports suppressors. The top rail and M-lock slots mount optics and a compact light. The takedown release is fast and positive, enabling a compact profile for vehicles and caches. Field use is intuitive. With low recoil and predictable ejection, practical accuracy is tight inside 50 yards with a dot sight, and a 100-yard defensive envelope is realistic when using quality loads. Cleaning is straightforward. Lock the bolt back, separate the halves, and service the bore and internals without wrestling a full-length carbine. For a prepper, the PC Carbine straddles several missions: home or vehicle defense with controllable recoil, training that preserves rifle handling, and a foraging role where close-range shots are the norm. It is heavier than ultra-compact folders, but rewards the weight with sturdiness and accessories. Distribution through standard retail channels keeps accessibility uncomplicated. TNW Aero Survival Rifle Takedown. The TNW Aero Survival Rifle is a semi-automatic takedown carbine emphasizing multi-caliber flexibility and compact storage. It can be configured in common pistol calibers 9mm, 357 SIG, 40S and W, 45 ACP, and 10mm, and accepts a 22 LR conversion, giving one receiver the breadth to cover training, small game hunting, and defensive use. The concept gained momentum among survival-minded shooters because it pairs caliber swaps with Glock pattern magazines for the centerfire lineup. In austere conditions, that combination broadens scavenge options. Run 9mm when it's plentiful, switch to 45 or 10mm when circumstances call for more energy, and revert to 22 for economical practice or food production. Adaptability goes beyond magazines. In use, the centerfire configuration has shown dependable function, while the 22 conversion rewards selective ammunition choices. Stocking brands proven in a particular rifle avoids light strikes or feeding hiccups. Accuracy is fully adequate for small game and close quarters defense, with practical ranges landing inside 100 yards depending on caliber. For preppers, the ASR's appeal is resilience to ammunition scarcity and a form factor suited to packs, vehicles, and small hideaways. The disassembled footprint is short. Weight sits in the 5 to 6 pound bracket depending on setup, and assembly is quick once familiar. Availability is through mainstream dealers and specialty outlets, reflecting its position as a purpose-built survival carbine rather than a generic plinker. Chiappa M6 X-Caliber. Chiappa's M6 X-Caliber is a folding, break-open, single-shot over or under designed around cartridge flexibility, using a set of steel barrel inserts. The platform can fire 22 LR, multiple common pistol calibers, and several shotgun options including 410, 20 gauge, and 12 gauge. The intent is a single receiver that can digest whatever ammunition turns up. The idea resonated in prepper circles where storage limits, legal constraints, or uncertain resupply make multi-caliber capability attractive. In practice, that flexibility comes with trade-offs. Insert fit can vary. Heavy shotgun loads are uncomfortable in a lightweight frame, and manual extraction slows the pace of fire. The gun still delivers the essentials: a decent 22 trigger for precise small game hits, and the ability to launch a range of cartridges at close targets. Logistics planning with the M6 tends to prioritize 22 LR for frequent use, with a pistol caliber chosen for defensive needs and shot shells rationed due to bulk and weight. A small toolkit ships with the system, and changing inserts can be done in under a minute with practice. Regular oiling and inspection help stave off surface corrosion observed in long-term storage. Adaptability includes rail space for a compact optic or light. But ergonomics remain utilitarian. Real-world effectiveness concentrates within 25 yards for most loads. where single-shot cadence and simple operation are benefits rather than liabilities. The platform's prepper value is niche, yet clear one gun that can be pressed into multiple roles when ownership of several dedicated firearms is not feasible. Availability and pricing place it in reach of most buyers interested in the concept. As a long-term primary, many will prefer a lightweight .22 plus a separate shotgun. As a supplemental tool, or cache piece, that tolerates mixed ammunition. The X-Caliber has a role. Savage Model 42. Takedown. The Savage Model 42 Takedown is a modern 22/4 10 combination gun, serving as a two-barrel survival solution for small game and close-range utility. It descends from the Stevens 22-410 lineage, updating the architecture with polymer furniture and a takedown option that suits pack carry and vehicle storage. In civilian use, the model is valued as a training tool and camp gun. The upper 22 LR barrel handles precise shots on small animals out to typical rimfire distances, while the 410 bore below covers birds, pests, and short-range defensive needs. A variant pairs 22 WMR with 410 for those who want a bit more reach on the rifle side. Users often add rifled adapters to the 410 to fire common pistol calibers in a pinch. Logistics are simple. 22 LR remains abundant and compact for bulk storage. 410 is less common than 12 or 20 gauge, but available enough for those who plan ahead. The single-shot break action keeps maintenance elementary. Open the action, swab the bores, keep the hinge and extractor clean, and oil lightly for storage. The takedown version collapses into a compact package with light overall weight, easing transport in bug-out bags and cache tubes. Effective ranges align with the cartridge's roughly 50 yards for the rimfire and 25 to 40 yards for typical 410 loads. In a prepper plan, the Model 42 fills the role of a quiet, low-recoil provider that is easy to teach to new shooters and easy to keep serviced far from an armorer. Accessibility is broad in both new and used markets. As a generalist tool that does two jobs without fanfare, it remains a common recommendation for families building a layered survival battery. Skinner Sights. Bush Pilot Model 1886 Takedown. The Skinner Sights Bush Pilot package, built on a Chiappa manufactured Winchester Model 1886 Takedown, is a heavy-bore lever action conceived for large game hunting and dangerous animal defense in remote country. Its interrupted thread takedown splits the rifle into compact halves that fit a short case, a configuration suited to aircraft, boats, and vehicles that carry survival kits. The historical through line reaches to John Browning's 1886 action geometry, translated here into modern steels and equipped with a threaded muzzle and Skinner aperture sights. Chambering in 4570 offers deep penetration and heavy bullets, with the obvious cost in ammunition weight and bulk. For a bush kit that might have to stop a large predator at close range, those trade-offs are acceptable. In a survival context, the rifle's value is straightforward high reliability in a simple mechanism, useful accuracy to 100 or so yards, and a form factor that stores out of sight until needed. Cleaning and servicing a lever action of this pattern is uncomplicated. And parts support for Winchester pattern lever guns is well established. Availability is tied to limited runs and specialty dealers, placing it in a higher tier than mass-market hunting rifles, but still within reach for those who need the capability. Skinner Sights. Bush Pilot Model 1892 Takedown. Skinner's companion kit, based on the Chiappa 1892 Takedown, compresses the same survival idea into a lighter, handier lever carbine chambered in .44 Magnum, with reliable function on .44 Special for low recoil practice. The goal is a compact takedown rifle that still carries credible energy for medium game hunting and close-range defense without the weight burden of 4570. The 1892 action's smooth cycling and straightforward maintenance suit off-grid use, and the takedown hardware packs into the same short case format. Ammunition logistics are kinder. .44 Magnum and .44 Special are common commercial loads, easier to stock in quantity, and lighter per round than big-bore alternatives. In practice, most tasks sit inside 100 yards, where aperture sights and carbine handling excel, for preppers outfitting vehicles or aircraft. The 1892 kit offers a balanced compromise readily stowed, quick into action, and adaptable to training with milder loads. Availability mirrors the 1886 limited runs through specialty channels, while the action's long reputation keeps parts and service options reasonable. Browning BLR Lightweight 81 Stainless Takedown. Browning's BLR Lightweight 81 Stainless Takedown is a modern lever-action hunting rifle that splits into two short halves for transport. Unlike tubular magazine levers, the BLR feeds from a detachable box magazine and locks a multi-lug bolt into a barrel extension, allowing the use of pointed bullets in contemporary cartridges such as .243 Winchester, 6.5 Creedmoor, 7 MM08, 308 Winchester, 30-06, and selected magnums. Civilian interest stems from combining traditional handling with modern ballistics. The takedown version extends that appeal to travelers who need a rifle to fit inconspicuously into a pack or hard case. Stainless and lightweight receiver options mitigate corrosion and keep carry weight practical for backcountry movement, for survival planning. The BLR's role focuses on food procurement and general field tasks. Practical accuracy favors ethical shots on medium and large game at standard distances, and the action's smooth cycling keeps second shots controlled. Barrel contours are biased toward hunting rather than rapid strings, so shot pacing benefits accuracy. Maintenance is conventional. The takedown joint allows thorough cleaning without specialized tools. Modularity centers on optics. The receiver and barrel are drilled and tapped, and the platform pairs naturally with low-power variables or compact scopes. The halves reassemble with repeatable point of impact within small margins. An advantage when the rifle lives disassembled until needed. Availability is consistent through major dealers, with a healthy used market that reflects decades of production. FoldAR. FoldAR represents a class of AR-15 pattern rifles engineered with a locking hinge that folds the upper assembly, shrinking the package to the footprint of a small day pack, while retaining full rifle performance. Chambered in 223 Wild. It safely fires both .223 Remington and 5.56 by 45 NATO. A detail that maximizes ammunition interchangeability when planning caches and resupply. The design answers a long-standing wish list item in preparedness circles a carbine with standard controls and parts commonality that can be stashed in places where a conventional AR will not fit. The folding hardware preserves headspace and returns to zero reliably when tolerances are kept in spec. Barrels in quality builds use durable steels, and match-style triggers appear frequently, supporting accurate fire from a compact rifle. Modularity mirrors the broader AR ecosystem. Rails accept lights and lasers. Optics can range from micro-red dots to magnified options. And stocks, grips, and magazines are entirely standard. Users often keep a simple tool roll with hex keys, and a spare hinge pin alongside the rifle. Recognizing the folding joint as the single additional inspection item over a fixed carbine, sub-MOA potential with good ammunition and optics is achievable, and practical effectiveness stretches from 0 to roughly 300 yards, depending on load and environment. For a survival plan, that translates to a tool capable of both defense and medium-game hunting within lawful frameworks, carried in a package that draws little attention in transit. More and more boutique and small series manufacturers offer folding upper solutions, though the category remains pricier than basic ARs due to the engineering involved. As a cache or vehicle rifle where space is at a premium, it fills a niche that no traditional takedown bolt gun or PCC fully overlaps. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button, share it with your fellow gun geeks, and subscribe so you don't miss